let's talk about these rogue judges. Here's Trump making a couple of points. He goes, lawyers endlessly search the United States for these judges. His point is they do the judge shopping, right? And then he goes on to say a president has to be allowed to act quickly and decisively about matters like returning murderers, drug lords, rapists, other types of criminals to their homeland. And then here's the key point. These judges want to assume the powers of the presidency without having to attain 80 million votes, right? So what he's saying is that they're going for rule by the judiciary. And by the way, this is part of a planned strategy by the Democrats. Let me see. Chuck Schumer was on TV just a day or two ago, and he was boasting in a very informative way. Let me quote. We have put 235 judges, progressive judges, judges not under the control of Trump, last year on the bench. And they are ruling against Trump time after time after time. So this is the Democrats were
on purpose.
They were planning this. They were baking this cake.
Yep. Well, and this morning, I told you, I said, well, why is it then that when Biden was blatantly doing the exact opposite of what Trump is doing? Trump is trying to protect us from illegals that are criminals, right? And the job of the federal government is to protect us, right? From foreign enemies, domestic enemies. So Trump is doing this, and these judges are stopping him from doing it. Why didn't we have judges, conservative judges, stopping Biden from doing the opposite?
Okay, so here I think you get to a key point, and that is this. The conservative judges look at the Constitution and they say, and let's remember, that in the case of the conservative judges, it wasn't just that they would be acting to stop Biden. You would have states like Texas that had laws that allow Texas to declare an invasion, but the judges still said, no, A, immigration is a federal matter. B, the federal government has the authority to make these kinds of decisions.
Except now.
No, exactly. So what I'm saying is that their judges are willing to ignore the law, ignore the Constitution, ignore executive authority. Now, as I was saying to you this morning, they know that this is not going to last, right? But here's how they look at it. The way they look at it is that we, the Democratic judges, have tenure, right? We are like professors. We can't be fired. We have lifetime appointments. But guess what? Trump is here in his second term on a 4-year duration. And therefore, if we can simply hold him up, let's say we can hold him up for 3 weeks or 5 weeks or 8 weeks. What are we doing? We're stealing his time, because time is all he's got. He is, he doesn't have permanent takeover of the government. What he has is a short duration. And so our job is to block and tackle. I think that's how they see it. And it is it is a blatant abuse of authority. Let me give an example of what I mean. I'm going to read. This is worth doing because it's worth looking at the law, right? We're talking about Trump's authority under the Alien Act of 1798. Let's look at the wording, because before I read the wording, let's remember this. Democrats are basically saying, the judges are saying, we are not at war with Venezuela, right? As if to say that there needs to be a declaration of war in order to invoke the act and deport these criminal aliens. So let's read the text to see if that's what it says.
Okay.
All right, here we go. That whenever there shall be a declared war between the United States and any foreign nation or government, or any invasion or predatory incursion shall be perpetrated, attempted, or threatened against the territory of the United States by any foreign nation or government, and the President of the United States shall make public proclamation of the event, all native citizens, etc., 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 can be restrained, apprehended, secured, and removed as alien enemies. So,
boom, right
it
there.
doesn't require a war. It requires a war or an attempted invasion or predatory incursion.
Which, that's the case.
That is the case. And not only that, but who gets to say if it is the case? This is the point.
Not the judge.
It makes it really clear. The president gets to say.
Exactly.
The president gets to make that determination, and the president can act on it. You don't go out and buy a life jacket when the boat is already sinking, do you? And you don't buy gold when the economy has already collapsed. There's a timing for everything, and now is a good time. Gold's been going up in the first part of 2025. It's not too late for you to benefit. The company you should contact to help you diversify into physical gold is Birch Gold. This is the company where Debbie and I buy our gold. Birch Gold specializes in helping you convert an existing IRA or 401k into a tax-sheltered IRA in physical gold, and you don't pay any money out of pocket. Just listen to this 5-star review. They're knowledgeable, they're helpful, they're non-pressure. Well, this is what you get with Birch Gold. This is why I've endorsed them for so long. Get your free information kit on gold by texting the word Dinesh to the number 989898. They'll send you information. There's no obligation. Birch Gold has an A+ rating with the Better Business Bureau, countless 5-star reviews. They can help you. Text Dinesh to 989898. Let the experts at Birch Gold help you secure your future today with gold.